Mike Emhof with us now. Make sure to search my channel here for an interview we did a few years ago to find out a lot more about Mike away from the racetrack. He's not the standard racing guy when you get down to it. He is here today with CRSA Sprints and, of course, Patriot Sprint Tour. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But let's talk about what's happening now. How are things going here at Motorsports for you?
It's going great, Doug. Thanks for having me on. And yes, CRSA growing, I'd say, leaps and bounds. We got almost enough for an A main sitting here in our booth this year.
That's true.
And I've had several promoters stop by that we work with, and they said that same exact word to me, that you've got about enough to run a race already right here in your booth. So it shows me a little bit how the hard work that come into play and the efforts that these guys put forward to come to this show and represent CRSA. So we're very happy with that, and it shows. For some of the avid fans of the Patriot Sprint Tour, they might notice that we have a repurposed display here this year.
I do recognize the display.
So we have the CRSA display here at Syracuse, and a great field of cars from CRSA. So I'm very pleased with it. Couldn't be happier.
Why do you think things seem to be doing well for this particular type of car? Because it isn't an across-the-board thing. There are some divisions that are really falling off.
It's true, but we're in a very competitive sprint car, and in terms of cost, it's very cost competitive as well. It's a reasonable way to go sprint car racing and have good, solid competition. Honestly, if you take a look at the times that, let's just use Land of Legends, I sanction the 305 class there weekly at Paul Cole's facility, and the 360s are only 1 second faster than our 305s on any given night on his racetrack.
I guess I thought it would be more than that.
It's not. It's
okay.
You know, a 360 is faster from point A to B, which means off the exit of a corner into the entrance of the next. But when you take a look at the overall times, they're very close.
Okay.
And we're much faster than any other classes that are at the racetrack when we go to race at it.
Does having that 305 class exclusively at Canandaigua, I would imagine that's your feeder, right?
It is.
One of them.
It helps. It definitely. I've seen the improvement there. We have some guys that don't want to travel at all.
Right.
They have an outlet that they can race their CRSA Sprint at Land of Legends every Saturday night. Never travel more than, some guys 10 minutes and some guys 40, but that's as far they have to go.
Okay.
We also have guys that want to practice, get some more laps. They'll come in and they feed Paul's shows on Saturday nights, and we do 3 challenge races. And when we get talking about schedule, we'll touch base on all of that. We've got some new sponsors on board.
Okay.
We've got challenge events there. So that's a good thing as well. So I definitely have felt that. I've promoted and pushed and looked to some promoters in the East. I would love to have a Friday night track that was more of a weekly or bi-weekly type of a program.
Right.
Further to the east, and I think it would really benefit. And so any of the promoters watching your YouTube channel here might see that and jump on board with us. I think we have some opportunity there that they'll benefit from greatly. I have talked to several.
This is one for me more than anything else. What is the range, high to low, that I would spend to get a 305 sprint car and go racing?
High to low. If I talk about turnkey cars.
Yeah, maybe not a new one.
Let's just talk about, if you look at the internet, there's good cars out there. I'll talk about rollers. You can buy a roller, minus motor. It's got everything else in it.
Transmission, rear end, everything, okay.
So you'll have all of that. Of course, no transmission in these. We're direct
Well, that's
drive.
true. I just naturally to say it, so.
But, you can buy $5,500 or $6,500
Seriously?
for a good piece.
Okay, how much would the motor be?
The real good pieces are going to be in that 95 to 12.
I guess I was expecting a bigger number there. Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
So a brand new Eagle motorsports car. I sell Eagle chassis. I sell Schnee. I sell several others as well. But they are my primary focus. I can put a new sprint car together, minus motor, with every piece part on it, brand spanking new, for under $30K.
Okay, all right, so it's almost comparable to a Sportsman in that aspect. How about the engines? What's the range there?
Engines will range anywhere from $7,500 for kind of a plain Jane used engine.
So we could get a plain Jane car for under 20.
So you'd be
well
under
under 20.
20,000
Okay.
and go racing with some pieces.
All right, now I want the best of the best for that brand new chassis
Best
that
of
I
the
have.
best. I just told you about 30K there, and you can spend 24 on an engine.
So 50, 55.
75,000 if you go, or 55,000. Your top of the line, every single piece is the top of the line is what you're going to spend.
And with a $20,000 car, I could still be competitive and still run up
Easily.
towards the front?
Easily.
Okay. And that's what most people do, I would imagine, when they first get started, right?
I send guys in directions to get good used stuff to get started with. The chassis are cheap. You're looking at under $5,500 or $6,000. That's a chassis and a body.
And that's because they're nationwide, right? There's more competition, right? So the prices are naturally lower.
We have many. I mean, I had 58 or 68, I forget the number, of different competitors run with CRSA last year.
Okay.
And our largest field last year was 33. We ran Weed Sport on Memorial Day weekend. The Heroes program that we're part of there with the folks at Weed Sport, and we have 33 cars there to make the field. So we're there. It's solid. We're doing well.
First race?
First race, we start out with a challenge race at Land of Legends on May 13th. So we'll be at Land of Legends. Typically, if you take a look at our schedule, we'll be about 3 races per month with a weekend off here and there. We only have 2 weekends where we have multiple races. I have found...
Under 20 races, too.
And there's 20 races.
Yeah.
On
Oh,
the
20
schedule.
exactly. Okay.
Exactly.
I was trying to do some quick math.
Yep,
So.
you were darn close. So
All
right there at 20. It's a real good number for this organization.
Yeah, I would imagine it is.
And, it takes some growing. I think the schedule is a real good schedule. I've had 360 guys
Not
come
too
by
much,
here
but enough.
that are running 360s with another organization this year, and they said, man, that's an awesome looking schedule. It's put
Beautiful.
together. I feel good about it. My teams feel good about it. 11 cars in the booth, I think that shows that they feel good about it.
We'll do a part 2 here on Patriot Sprint Tour and offer his thoughts there. So appreciate your time, Michael. Thank you.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it very much.